Hello everyone and welcome to Allen Tech. Today we're going to be talking about being a tech in today's world. Okay, so first off I want everybody to know this is not some kind of just all big guide on how to be a computer tech. It's not to persuade you to become a tech, or it's not to push you away. This is just my experiences in being a computer tech for a school district. I will say first off, it was really hard to find a job after school. I'm in a small town. I live in a small town. I'm kind of stuck here because of family issues, and I really can't go away to a bigger town. So my options are pretty well limited. I will say don't take a advisor, like if you're going to college and you might say, well, I'm not really sure what I want. They will probably put an advisor in front of you, and everything that they tell you, unless they're like really truthfully and honest, will be everything's booming. Everything's going to be great. Whenever you get out, you're going to have so many options. You're not even going to know what to do with. I mean, you shouldn't have any problems in this particular field of your choosing. Insert degree plan here. So, I did it. I fell for it. I got an associate's degree from a local college here, and no fault to the college. The college was actually really nice. I really enjoyed my time there, but it was really hard. It was really tough after I got out getting a job, and I think the main reason for that was at the time it was starting to the recession was really starting to kind of come full swing. So places were backing off and laying off people. And then also our little town just doesn't grow as much, and there was like so many people trying to get so few jobs. So this may not be a big thing in bigger cities. My city's like 20,000 people. It seems like a lot of people, but it's really not for a town whenever you're talking about places with hundreds of thousands of people. But also another thing is I was always the second or third candidate. I would have people tell me that, well, we had a person with a bachelor's degree. We really like you better, but we think they're more qualified. So, and the like you better thing may just make me feel better, but it's just a bachelor. I would say if you're going to go to school to be a tech, go for a bachelor's degree. And there's some things you can do to help. I know college is so expensive now. One thing I've seen a couple of people do is they will actually go to the technical colleges, like I did, and they will get their general education, like their English and math, and then they will use those so they don't have to pay the $300-400 credit hour at a big college. They can just pay like the $50, $60, $70 an hour at the small colleges here in Texas. So that's something to think about, but I'm getting off subject here. So it was tough getting out. I actually had to take a job somewhere else. I then took another job in the same field thinking this was what it was going to be, and I ended up getting fired from that. Feeling pretty low. I actually took a job at a dealership of all places for about 3 months selling cars, which actually wasn't too bad, but it's a rough business to be into, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. But then I got absolutely blessed and lucked out at the local school district here, and my supervisors now gave me a chance, and I actually look over 2 campuses of the school district. I'm responsible for just shy, probably about 900 to 1,000 end users, and probably in the neighborhood of about 200 to 300 devices that I oversee and help deal with. I'm not alone. I have a great team working with me. There are some awesome people around me. I won't give out any names because I don't think they may not want to be online. Working for this school district, and I'm told by a couple of people that I know that also work for other school districts in up northern Texas, that school districts are pretty nice to work with. The teachers are usually really great, and you really have bosses that want to promote from within and really build their team. So you don't have a high turnover, things like that. Now, once again, this is, I believe we're a 3A school district. That's so bad that I don't know. I don't keep up with the football as much as I should. But I think the high school has like 1,000-ish students. So that's about how big our school is. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. It's not a huge school. It's not a really small school like a 6-man or something. But so the teachers are really nice to work with. Everybody's really great. The team that I work with is really great. They're always there to help me. And I've even started recently. I've been working there for about 2.5 years now. And I recently started being able to help them. So sometimes they come with me with questions. So it's really nice. Yes, a guy on YouTube doesn't know it all. Go figure, right? So I know some, not all, but some. So I'm really looking forward to being there a long time and hopefully promoting up some ways and maybe even being a district tech. And someday I really hope to be a district administrator, but that's going to be a ways off, and I'm probably going to have to get that bachelor's degree I talked about earlier. Like I said, they really gave me a chance on this, and you may have to find somebody, especially if you've got an associate's degree and that's all you could afford, that's all you could get like I could. You may be hunting for a while, and you may be looking for those people. I mean, I seriously lucked out. They're going to cringe. I know one of them is a subscriber, but one of the people that I work with, I didn't know anything about Macintosh, Macs, Mac OS X, iOS, till 2 days before I knew, once I had the interview time down and everything, 2 days before, I started like cramming YouTube videos, and there is, what is his name? It's Cox something. He does online PC classes. He was on Shark Tank and stuff, and he has a great series of videos on how to use Mac and how to use iOS. So if you're new to Mac and you're wanting to get one and stuff like that, I would highly suggest his videos. They're great. That's what I used. I was cramming those videos 2 days before so that I could know something about Mac and I wouldn't look like an idiot. And that's another thing you want to do. Like, I lucked out and knew that I would be doing a lot with Macs at this school. If you can, research everything you can about the company. Being more knowledgeable about the company will help you know. I mean, you're not going to know, like, you're probably not going to know what kind of servers they have, or if they're running Linux servers, or if they're running a hybrid system where they have Windows servers and Mac servers and Linux servers like we do at my school district. You can look around and see, like, if you're going to apply for a banking firm, then just kind of like look around, see if they're using laptops, see if they're using Windows laptops. I've been seeing a little bit more of Chromebooks being used because they're very cheap and they're very light. So it's very easy for businesses to buy and purchase and acquire those and set them up. So you might want to do some research on Chrome OS. If they're using Macs, which a lot of the more expensive high-end places are starting to get with the Mac program because they just, I don't know, Mac has always been like that you've made it kind of book. Like, you're something if you have a MacBook, and I guess you are because they're expensive. You know, try to research the companies you're applying for, and any chance you get to do interviews. By the time I got to this interview, I interview fairly well, I think. Not trying to be like, oh, I'm the best interviewer or whatever, but I had a lot of interviews, and luckily in a couple of those I had people tell me, like, you're not going to get it, but hey, for future, you shouldn't answer this to this, we're looking for this, or I actually had an AutoZone interview, which was my first interview ever, and I bombed it, but the guy was really nice and told me, like, you shouldn't know. This is the answer I was looking for. I really wanted to hear this. So, but, of course that and the guy that applied before me looked like he had just gotten out from under the hood of a truck. So, I was kind of done for on that one anyway, but yeah, it's like anything else. You need to research what you're doing, who you're doing it for. Maybe you can see what they have. Like I said, I was lucky I knew that they had Macs, but I didn't know anything about them, but luckily there's resources out there. You should always be learning. As a technology tech, for sure, you should always be learning. Because you will be left behind. I mean, even whenever I was down, I still stayed into it. I still was building computers. I was still looking up new things. I was still reading the articles, seeing what was coming out, trying to keep up with processors, trying to keep up with video cards. Not only for gaming reasons, but just to know what was out there. And to know who was putting what in what. So, I mean, you sit still in this business and you will die. I mean, you'll be essentially dead. And then you'll have a super steep learning curve to figure it out later. So, because since I've been in college, there's already been 3 different versions of Server come out. There's been 4 different versions of Windows come out. So, I mean, it's you have to keep up. There's been countless Mac upgrades, but we didn't even have Mac at the school that I went to, so. Like I say, it's not to persuade you to be a tech or to persuade you against it, and these are only experiences from a school district point of view. Like one interview I did with a hospital said that one of the guys said it was like a round table type interview where there was 4 people and they were all asking questions. And one of them said that he pretty much on a monthly basis got cussed out just because the computer wasn't working. Not because he hadn't fixed it properly, just because it wasn't working. So, there may be some abusive style places, and to see, like a school district, cursing's really not good. You don't want to be cursing. It's just, like I say, it's not really to say, you should be a tech, it's the best thing ever. I mean, for me it is. I love doing it. It's great. I love working with the people I work with. I love having the team around me that I do. And I also love the trust that they put in me, because being a tech without trust, it's really hard. So never break that trust. If you've got trust with the people you work with, keep it. Don't ever break it, because you will have to be on their computers. You may see some things that you don't agree with, and you may see some things that you know shouldn't be there, and you'll have to report those as necessary, but don't get on there and start looking at their banking information, and don't do stupid stuff like that, because you will break their trust in a hurry, and then they're not going to want you to get on their computer. They're not going to want you to be around. So I can't say it enough. You just need to be a decent person, and you can be good at being a tech. Thank you all so much for watching this. Hopefully there's some insight in here somewhere. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I understand, and leave any questions, comments. I try to answer. I've been pretty good about getting to comments, so I actually love doing the comments. It's kind of fun. If you think what I do is worth your time and you would like to be a subscriber, I'd really love to have you as a subscriber. I will put a link, as usual, somewhere over here. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.